Welcome to Real Kiwi Fishing. This week Stevo and I back in the north, just in the harbour today. Got a lot of birds working, a lot of terns, seagulls in there as well. So obviously there's probably anchovies, whitebait. So what we're going to do today is just do a little bit of a play around here in the shallows. See if we can pick up a few fish in these little schools of anchovies and whitebait probably. Might even end up down the entrance doing a bit of soft baiting. But we've got the savage occy's as well on board. So hopefully get into a few fish today on the softies. Hope you enjoy. Hooked up. Just come up into the corner of the harbour. There's a lot of birds sitting on the water. Come across a little bit of sign every now and then. And we're hooked up. It's a little snap. A few gannets diving every now and then. There you go, on the banana. Nice little fish. Let him go. So we got the wind with us again today, but you've got a lot of birds just sitting here. Got a few gannets and stuff diving up here. It's not a lot of sign, it's just going across every now and then. Thought we'll just do a couple of little drifts through here. Sort of come up into this corner area of the harbour. Just have a couple of little drifts through here, see what happens. Oh, hooked up again, guys. It's going hard. A little bit of a weird one, that one, maybe a trevally. It's just going. Not too sure on this one. Had the nod of a trevally, but doesn't feel like a snapper. Maybe even foul hooked. Oh, hooked up. Just come over to the mussel farm. It's a little bit windy out where we were, so we've moved over into the mussel farm. There's a lot of sign in here, so we're just going to do a bit of a drift around with the softies. Have a bit of fun. It's a little snappy. The old bruised banana. So yeah, we were out on the beach there and we've just come around into the mussel farm. It's a little bit more sheltered in here. Just going to drift down here and do a little bit of soft baiting. There's always a lot of fish sort of sitting in this little pocket. Just go up and then drift down this little alleyway. See if we can pick up some fish on the softies. Move back up. lot of sign there. Just chucking down as far as I can, sitting in 10 meters of water, bail arm over, just let it sink. And then start working it back. Yep. It's a perfect wind, giving us that perfect drift down a little corridor. Fish are sitting in here. A lot of fun. Just drifting through on the softies. Bit of wind to contend to. Bit nicer fish, Stevo. How's that, guys? Yeah, how's that? It's not a bad fish. There you go. Yeah, how's that? It's a nice little fatty, we'll keep him, eh? The old banana is getting hammered now. Heap more sign coming through, man. More sign, more sign. The old jig head's been hammered, chewed up. The old bruised banana still going hard. Nice big fresh chunk of KIWI. Just a few small fish at the moment. It's a little bit quiet. There's plenty of fish there, but the sun's still quite high. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of a shift as well. But the other night when we were here, there was some good fish, so we'll stay put. Hopefully they turn up for us. Stevo's hooked up again. Got the guys working the barge here. It's a nicer fish. There you go, a little bit better fish there. It's probably about 45 centimetres. Getting a few of those coming through every now and then. They're actually not a bad fish to keep. Nice, easy to fillet. Nice to eat. Yeah, the guys are working the barge here. Couple of boats up here fishing. Hooked up. Feels like a little bit better fish, Stevo. Not big, but one for the bin. There you go. It's not a bad fish, Stevo.
Jelly bean.
There you go, guys. A little bit better. The old mussel barge just went past. One for the bin. Just running the usual little ball sinker bead, 8-bar row. Just drifting it down that burley trail. Might stir us up a bit of burley. Nice little place to work. Not a bad office at all. Stevo's on again. A little bit better fish, Stevo. Oh. Oh, Stevo's hooked up too. Double hookups. Better. It's not a bad fish, Stevo. Look at that. Stevo's onto a better fish. Oh, Stevo's on, Stevo's on. Better fish, he reckons. Got colour, we got colour. Ooh, it's a lot nicer fish, Stevo. Little kingy. Oh, he's reaching for the net. It's a good sign when you reach for the net. It's a nice fish, Stevo. He's starting to grow. Go, guys, how's that? A little bit of double happy snappies. Fishing starting to heat up. Been here for a while, about an hour and a half. And the old burley smeller baits getting in there, and the fish are turning up. I'm on, Stevo. Nah. Just a little fella. Nice little fish around that 42, 43. It's going home. It's a heap of fish turning up now. Hooked up. A little bit better fish, Stevo. Smells rotten, whatever it is. Still nothing big, Stevo. It's not a bad fish. Close to 50 centimetres. Stevo's on. That wind's really come up now. Still quite sheltered here in the bay. There's definitely a lot of fish here. Haven't caught anything big. Biggest is probably around there 50 centimetres. But it's a lot of fun. There's a heap of fish here. They are getting bigger as that evening comes on. That one swallowed it, so we'll take him. Stevo. They've been swallowing Stevo all day. Oh, Stevo's on again. It's on to another fish. Let's get him there later in the arvo. Still nothing big, but a little bit better fish. It's a nicer fish, Stevo. One for the bin. It's about 50, 55, eh? Just another one of those panties. Just another 50 centimetre penny. There you go, guys. It's just the standard fish today. It's actually not a bad fish. It's quality eating size actually, and that's sort of 50 centimetres. Stevo's got a nice fish there, probably fish of the day I'd say. Wow, there's probably a few in there, 2 or 3 like that. Around that 50-55 centimetres. Not a bad fish. Probably actually call it a day. Got about 8 or 9 in the bin. That'll make 10. So we'll probably clean up and call it a day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Nothing big this time. Until next time, tight lines.